They say that an oak tree is only a nut that stopped trying, that didn't stop trying, right? So right now you might be just a crazy nut, but pretty soon you're going to be an oak tree. You got to keep fertilizing it. That means you got to take a lot of shit. You got to keep moving through it. You got to keep working with it. It's going to do it. You don't have to worry about it. If you plant a seed in the ground, you keep taking it out and going, what's it doing? What's it doing? What's it doing? That seed never gets a chance to germinate, to grow roots, to get into the soil, to be watered. What it's going to do, it's going to reach out for the sun. Because that sun is doing more than just lighting our earth. That sun is actually broadcasting codes to you right now. In fact, at 2 o'clock this afternoon, you're a little tired, you need to go get your child. That's because everybody's biological system resets at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Your temperature drops 2 degrees. Every night at 2 o'clock, that's what your body does. Doesn't mean you're going through menopause, ladies. Your body increases temperature 2 degrees. But if your brain is out of balance, if it increases to 3 degrees, you could have a cascade of events that has you sweating. And you start thinking you're having menopause. That's not the case at all. It's your body's out of rhythm. It's out of cadence. If you don't go to sleep by 10 o'clock, you don't make as much melatonin. If you don't get to bed by 11 o'clock, you don't clean your liver. Guess who's instructing that? That powerful, bright light that we call the sun. That's the mitochondria for our solar system. And just like that mitochondria is broadcasting information to this solar system, every cell in your body has mitochondria that's broadcasting information to the solar systems around you. Because if we could shrink you down and you could look at every cell in your body, you would start to see quarks, solar systems, suns. Everything that's out here is in here. It just looks a little bit different. We need energy though to do it. Because as we lose energy, especially in our brain, we start to lose our perception of what is real. And we start to believe that this is the way we've always done things. We have to keep doing it that way. We become robotic. And we start listening to the news. In fact, anybody here too happy? Super happy? I have a solution for that. You just turn on the news. Right? What's going to happen? You turn it on, you start to get depressed. Because they're only going to tell you things that are bad news. It used to be we'd only hear about what's happening in our village. We'd hear about good things and bad things. Now they scour the whole planet to tell us bad news about things that are happening all over the world. So I want to show you a little bit, because this is a virtual tour of BrainTap. We do have them out here, you can do it after we're done, but I want you to. So when you're doing it, so you put it on, your eyes are closed. That light energy is coming in through your eyes, because your eyes hold more mitochondria than any other part of your body. It absorbs that light energy through the eyes, because your eyes are not just attached to your brain. Your eyes are brain matter. That's why ophthalmologists, we work a lot with that, because it's the brain. They're looking at the brain. When somebody says your eyes are beautiful, they're really saying you got a beautiful brain. Your brain is interpreting that information. So we can bring more energy in through the eyes. That's why blue-eyed people are living in certain areas and brown-eyed people are living in different areas of the world. Now they're scattered all over the place. But because there's more light, we don't need to bring in as much. Blue-eyed people bring in more light energy than brown-eyed people. So as you bring this information into now we need to get that information in, because when it comes into the eyes, guess what? It starts to feed the frontal cortex. That's one of the areas that's in problems right now. People are wearing sunglasses all the time, or wearing blue blocker glasses. I love it, the biohackers wearing them all the time. We need blue light, folks. The bad news isn't the blue light that we're getting in the world. The blue light is the bad light that's on our phones. It's not our blue light is tuned, 470 nanometer light. They use it for healing. Some people say they're getting rid of their crow's feet and things like that because it'll build more collagen. It's healing light. Plus, it's only 80 LEDs. The phones you're looking at is over 1 million LEDs. So this LED is good for you. Now you'll see the next slide, this ear lights. People go, Dr. Porter, why did you put lights in the ears? That's silly. Yeah, it is if you don't know, because ignorance is a sin, right? The sin is nobody taught us this. Every cell in your body has something called a chromophore. It's a little battery that sits on every cell. And what it does, as you go through your day, it absorbs energy from the world around you. If one cell gets too much energy, it actually shares that information with the cells around it. They call this photobiomodulation. Unlike people, we don't go get a storage shed. We fill up that storage shed, then we get another storage shed, then we get another storage shed. What happens is that energy gets shared because the body knows it is a whole. It needs that energy. So the ether is all the blood in your body moves through your ears every 3 to 5 minutes. That blood goes directly to the brain. And then what happens is the way light energy works, when your body when that cell is about to die, they call it in science apoptosis. That cell's about to die. If that light energy can get there before that cell dies, it will absorb that light energy. It will absorb it into that cell and restart the Krebs cycle. That cell literally is born again. The light sparks, just like it did the first moment of birth. And it lights up that cell, and it starts to remember what it was supposed to do. It does that throughout the whole body, but we're talking about the brain, so we need energy in the brain. We can measure that energy. So as we go through things, so when we look at this, we use light, we use binaural beats, as Tony Toast will also do this, because sound energy does the same thing. We also use words, because as Bruce Lipton, if you've never read his book, Biology Belief, he's one of our teachers at Quantum University. I'm also the dean of brain-based medicine at a college out of Hawaii, where we talk about brain health. And what he says is that your words, what you say to yourself, actually can change 3,200 gene expressions. So when Henry Ford said, if you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. It's actually a scientific truth. The cells will actually shut down. Think of your genes this way. Your genes are a pistol. Your epigenetics are the bullets. But your thoughts, actions, your environment, everything else in your world helps you load the pistol. You get to choose the music you listen to. You get to choose the words you communicate with. You get to choose the friends you hang out with. You get to choose these things. But if you don't choose them, guess what? They choose you. So in brain health, we want you to start choosing the best things that are possible. Now this is a study I just want to quickly go through, because I could stay up here for 3 days telling you about the studies at BrainTap. I don't have enough time because the show looked at me and said, hey, we got to get out of here. We got to get out of here. We got to have some chai later today. So here, when we're looking at the study. This is a study we did because people go, well, how long does BrainTap last? Well, the nervous system, nothing's final. Your nervous system is changing every 72 hours. So if somebody tells you something's permanent, they're lying to you. Nothing is permanent in this world. The only thing that's permanent is change. So when you think about, but we wanted to find out what happens 1 year after we work with these kids. So Dr. Arkfeld did this study in New York, Michigan. We took half the people, they all got treatment. The doctor did it. They all got help with their concussion. So we couldn't change that. But at the end of the concussion training with the doctor, half of them got BrainTap. The other half didn't. They didn't even know about BrainTap. A year later, they did the psychological test, and we still here. Headaches were down 30%, neck pain was down 71%, nausea was down 51%, nausea and vomiting down 55%, dizziness down 66%, blurred vision down 70% on all the people that use BrainTap. And they didn't use it for a year. Because the sooner you fix your brain, the better it works. You don't need to wait for a breakdown to have a breakthrough. You can start using BrainTap today and start fixing your brain.